Hey, what's going on everybody? Desir here, and we have a round 3 matchup for Cosmic Crucible. Now I do want to apologize for getting this video out so late, as I've been working on that defense options video, and Updog was nice enough to join me on that. If you haven't seen it, please remember to check that out after this video. If you're not familiar with the defense options videos that I do, I like to set up infographics and show you 4 different teams that you can use per room, so that way it can be more of a choose your own adventure on how you want to set up your defenses for that week. Now my opponent for this round is Serpids, and I did end up playing them before. They're very good players, so this should be a fun matchup. If you do like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. Let's go ahead and check out my opponent, Serpids. So Serpids is about 87 million TCP, he's a little under there, but I'm still going to round it up to 87 million, so this is going to be a slight punch down for me. However, you do see that they have Mephisto, and so far this round I think they only dropped maybe 2 or 3 matches, I forgot the exact amount, but they barely dropped any. So we're going to rely on our defense a little bit today, because I do have Mephisto on defense, I have a Black Knight on defense. So I think realistically I can give up 3 defensive wins, so we're going to play a little bit smarter and hopefully we can out-efficiency them. That's going to be our game plan going into this. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses to see what we're going against though. So in stage 1 they have the 3-piece X-Treme X-Men with Rogue and Dorm. Stage 2 they have that Black Order team with Mephisto, so we're going to do a double sack into that room. Stage 3, they have Black Knight with that Spider Society. Stage 4, they have a Mercs for Money with the Pre-Taunt and Zombie Juggernaut and Spider-Man Noir. Stage 5, they have the Darkhold team. And Stage 6, they have that Hive Mind Sasquatch Super Skrull team. So there's nothing too crazy as far as the defensive options goes. It looks a little bit standard right now, so let's go ahead and start our attacks on this one. For stage 1, we're going to use our Superior 6 and we're going to add in Mysterio and Vulture. Vulture's going to allow it to where they won't be able to have their speed up, while Mysterio is going to remove their immunities. That way it's going to be much easier to control this team. Now as far as ISOs go, I have Green Goblin Classic as a skirmisher. That way we can use that ultimate for the trauma and ability block. And the rest of the team will be Raiders. That way we don't have to worry about any ability blocks coming onto this team. Vulture will be going first this matchup due to all the heroes on the other side of the field. We will be targeting the Gambit and use the special. That's going to flip the buffs on Dorm and put slow out there on Rogue, Gambit, and Dorm. Green Goblin Classic is up next. We're going to use the ultimate that will be putting the trauma with ability block on everybody. For Kraven's turn, we do end up targeting the Forge and use the special. However, it really doesn't matter who you target as they all have ability block anyways. So try to aim for somebody that might have resisted that ability block. Doc Ock is up. We're going to use the special. That's going to summon out the Shocker. Mysterio's up. We're going to target the Dorm and we're going to use the special. Mainly that's for the blinds. Shocker's up, we're going to use the special. That's going to get the offense up on everybody. I'm going to target the Gambit now and use the ultimate. That's going to do a nice turn meter rewind, and that does end up killing the Dorm. Vulture, we're going to use the ultimate. That's going to do a nice turn meter rewind to everybody. For Green Goblin Classic's turn, we're going to target the Nightcrawler and use the special. That does end up taking 1 life away from him. Forge is up, we're going to use the ultimate and that does end up doing the permakill to the Forge. For Vulture's turn, we're going to target the Gambit and use the basic. That does end up killing him. Doc Ock is up, we're going to use the ultimate to extend all those negative effects on the Rogue. Mysterio's back up, we're going to target the Nightcrawler and use the special. For Vulture, we use the special that does end up taking the evades off of the Nightcrawler, and now we're going to tunnel down the Nightcrawler. Once he's dead, we're going to switch over to the Rogue and finish the matchup. This might have taken a few turns, however, it was a very safe counter into this team. For stage 2, they had the Black Order and the Mephisto team. Because of the Mephisto, we are going to be doing 2 sacks on this. The first sack will be involving the Invaders. We're going to load in, have them burn a few abilities, then we're going to go in with our follow-up burn attack. For the Invaders burn, there really isn't much to it. We're going to load in, do a few abilities. We're going to make sure to burn as many of the opponent's abilities as we can, so we don't have to worry about them using that when we go in for our rail attack. For our second burn attack, we're going to use the Pegasus team. We're going to load in, pretty much pause the game right away, and we're going to let it time out. This is going to make it to where the Mephisto won't have his empowered state, and it's going to make it much easier for us to go in with our third attack and clear this room. For the Pegasus team, we're just going to load in. We're going to burn as many secondary abilities that we can. That's going to include Thanos' special, Proxima special, along with Mephisto. This is going to make it to when we load in with that third team to do the attack, it's going to be much easier. For the third attack, I know most people end up using the New Warriors, however I have seen that failed. Because this is in stage 2, I'm actually going to use Masters of Evil along with Eternals. I'll be able to ult turn 1 with pretty much everybody, and some of these Black Order members are much lower level to where I should be able to get that double tap with Icarus. King will be taking our first turn. I was very tempted to start with the ultimate, but I didn't want to actually kill these Black Order members. I want to keep them low enough to where we can take advantage of that Icarus double tap. I also didn't want to push the Thanos. So instead, I'm going to target the Corvus and use the special. Titania is up next. I'm going to target the Mephisto and use the ultimate here. Moonstone is up next. We're going to target the Proxima and use the ultimate. What we were looking for there was actually doing a turn meter rewind. Icarus is now up and we're able to take advantage of that double tap and the match is over. This ended up being a very fast and a very clean counter to this team. It seemed much better than the typical New Warriors in my opinion. For stage 3, I'm opting to go in for a sack on this one. I'm going to use my New Warriors. This is going to make it to where the Black Knight is going to be exhausted on the follow-up attack. and I'll be able to burn quite a bit of the Spider Society abilities. For the follow-up attack, this should make it much easier, and it's going to make it to where my efficiency score shouldn't be too terrible on this one. My main goal of this attack is to do as much damage to the Black Knight as possible. Also, I'm hoping to burn as many of the abilities on the Spider Society team that I can. Gwenpool's going to start by doing the special that does flip the defense up into that defense down. Deathpool's going to end up doing the special, however the Ghost Spider is able to dodge that. Cloak is up, I'm going to use the ultimate, and that does do some fairly good damage to everybody. Dagger, I end up doing the special, and that does chain all the way across. For Gwenpool's turn, I do end up getting greedy, I use the ultimate. What I should have done is actually pause the game and time out. That would have ensured that the Black Knight would have been low on health, however, he did end up doing the special, which isn't terrible because now I don't have to worry about that special ability when I do the follow-up attack. For the real attack on this team now, I'm going to use the Secret Defenders with the Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is a great counter anyways into the Spider Society team, but now that I don't have to worry about those retaliations from the Black Knight, this should be a very easy, very clean cleanup. Ms. Marvel Harlot will be going first for us. We're going to use the ultimate on the Black Knight, and that does end up taking the taunt off of him. Black Cat is up next. We're going to switch targets over to the Peter B. Parker and use the special. That's going to get the trauma stun on him. Ghost Rider Robbie's up next. We are going to target the Ghost Spider and use the special. That's going to get ability block on her along with some bleeds out there. Photon is up. We're going to target the Penny and use the special. That's going to get the blind on the Ghost Spider, the Penny, and most importantly, the Spider-Man Pavitra, who just took his turn. Penny unfortunately ends up using that ultimate to get rid of those negative effects and puts a stun out there on Ms. Marvel Harlot. Cosmic Ghost Rider does end up doing the special, and Penny unfortunately resisted that stun. Ghost Rider Robbie ends up doing the ultimate, and that does end up taking two of these members out. Black Cat's ultimate ends up taking out the Spider-Man Pavitra, Ghost Rider Robbie takes out the Penny, and Photon takes out the Black Knight. This ended up being fairly efficient, except for that loss of the Ms. Marvel Harlot. For stage 4, this has the Old Man Logan team. So it's the 3-piece Mercs for Money. It has Zombie Juggernaut as the pre-taunt and Spider-Man Noir. I'm still going to go in here with the Apocalypse, 2 Horsemen, and Red Hulk and Morgan Le Fay, and I'm bringing in Spider-Weaver and Echo. Echo's in there because the Spider-Man Noir is going to be going fast, and I want to shut down their assist. And for Spider-Weaver, as long as she gets hit, she's going to get that +1 ability energy, so she still can ult on that turn 1. I just have to survive that opening barrage. The Spider-Man Noir is going to be going first here. He ends up doing the special against our Red Hulk, which is perfectly fine. Morgan Le Fay's up. I end up using the basic on the Zombie Juggernaut. I was hoping to strip the taunt off, but I did not. For the Red Hulk, I still end up doing the special. The main reason for that is I need the Apocalypse to get the speed up. Apocalypse is now up, and I end up targeting the Spider-Man Noir, so I can end up doing the special. Now because the Old Man Logan already took his turn, he ended up hitting our Spider-Weaver, and she does have that +1 ability energy. So now we're free to use the ultimate to get the 5 charges on the Spider-Weaver. We end up using that ultimate on the Panda Pool. Echo's up. I end up just doing the basic. I don't want to hit the Old Man Logan if I don't need to. The Red Hulk is up again. And here I end up being stuck on the Zombie Juggernaut. So I end up doing the special that does end up killing the Zombie Juggernaut. Morgan Le Fay's up. I end up doing the special. I want to strip the turn meter off everybody, but the Old Man Logan still gets his. Red Hulk, we end up doing the ultimate that takes 1 life off of the Spider-Man Noir. And as you see, the charges from the Spider Weaver is definitely keeping us alive. Morgan Le Fay is now able to use the ultimate, and we're able to get that ability block on the Old Man Logan. For Apocalypse's turn, I end up targeting the Old Man Logan. I use the ultimate, that kills him, and we use the Falcon Punch on the Daken. Match is over, and we saved some pretty good efficiency on this one. For Stage 5, I was given the Illuminati team a test run without Captain Britain. I already worked on the Infinity Watch, and I was slowly working my way up to stronger tier teams. After this matchup, I did discover that the Illuminati without Captain Britain works really well against the Superior 6 team and a lot of the other stronger teams in Cosmic Crucible. So even if you didn't get Captain Britain and you want to invest in Cosmic Crucible, I would recommend building this team up and just using it as an offensive weapon as opposed to a defensive weapon. So the Black Panther Shuri is going to be going first here. What I should have done is actually target the Quicksilver, that way I can actually remove the charges from the Quicksilver. Instead I went after the Morgan Le Fay. For Hank Pym, I do end up targeting the Morgan Le Fay and I use the special. I'm trying to target her down first. I just like really trying to push the limits of when I'm testing the new teams out as opposed to playing it safe. The Iron Man is now up. I end up using the special. I just wanted to get some ability energy out to the adjacent allies and to extend those negative effects. Black Bolt is up. I end up targeting the Quicksilver and I use the special. And that does actually end up killing him and the Wong. I was pretty impressed with that. Hank Pym is back up. I end up using the ultimate and I stay targeted on that Morgan Le Fay. There the Heartless ends up getting killed off. Mr. Fantastic ends up doing the special. Iron Man does the ultimate. That calls the assistant from Hank Pym and Black Bolt Burp ends up killing Morgan Le Fay. Black Bolt now does the ultimate, clears the way, and I end up getting the victory. This team surprised me pretty well in this matchup. For Stage 6, I'm going to end up using my Cabal team, and I'm adding in Archangel and the Lizard. This should work very well against this Hive Mind Super Skrull team. Lizard will be going first here. We're going to use the ultimate and strip all the positive effects away from the other team. The Void Knight ends up doing the ultimate, which is perfectly fine, and flips those positive effects to negative effects on the Lizard. Iron Patriot's going to end up doing the special, and we were able to end up killing the Sasquatch, and now we have full reign on the Super Skrull. Noir's going to use the ultimate targeted on the Super Skrull, and the match ends up being over very quickly from that. So I did end up losing this matchup, but it was a very close one. My opponent Serpos got a 48,990 points. I got a 48,978 points, so I lost by 12 points on this one. So there was some efficiency I definitely could have cleaned up somewhere in this matchup. Let's go ahead, check the defenses, and see what happened. For Stage 1, I used that Superior 6 with the Mysterio and the Vulture. This got me at 83.55. So I definitely lost a lot of efficiency on this one, but this is a safe hit into this X-Treme Dorm team. It's not the most efficient hit into that X-Treme Dorm team. For Stage 2, I had to do that double sack into the Black Order Mephisto team. So I went in with the Invaders, followed by the Pegasus and timed out. Ended up using that Masters of Evil Eternals combo. This got me a 75.65. So this was actually a pretty good efficiency hit into that Mephisto team. For Stage 3, I did the New Warrior Sack, followed by the Secret Defenders Cosmic Ghost Rider. This was into the Spider Society Black Knight team. The Black Knight usually drains quite a bit of efficiency based on the health. The turn bonus wasn't too bad, but it still got me that 79.56, so not the best score on this one. For Stage 4, I used the Apocalypse, the Two Horsemen, Spider-Weaver, and Echo. This was into the Mercs for Money, Spider-Man Noir, and the Zombie Juggernaut team. This got me a pretty good score of an 83-64. Considering I didn't have to burn my Cabal here, I count this one as a win. For stage 5, I used the Illuminati against the Darkhold Quicksilver team. This got me at 83-66, so again, that's a pretty good efficiency score going against a Darkhold team. For stage 6, I used the Cabal Archangel Lizard team. This was into the Hive Super Skrull, and this got me at 83-72, which is a very good score against this team. As for my defense, my opponent initially went in with the Superior 6 into my X-Men Out of Time team. They did end up wiping and followed that up with the Pegasus, and this got them a 79-63, so that's actually a pretty good score considering this ended up being a 2-tap. For stage 2, my opponent also did 2 stacks. They did the first one with the Invaders team, they followed that up with the Infinity Watch, then they used the New Warriors. This got them a 75-66. For stage 3, my opponent also used the Seeker Defenders with Cosmic Ghost Rider. This was into my Pure Spider Society team. This got them at 83-66. For stage 4, my opponent used the Illuminati with the Spider-Man Big Time. This was into my Infinity Watch and it got them at 83-59. For stage 5, my opponent used their Apocalypse with Red Hulk, Tangled Web, and Cable. This was into my Mercs for Money with the Guardian combination in there. This got them at 83-65. And for stage 6, my opponent used their Cabal with Kang and Titania. This was into my Hive Mind Super Skrull. This got them at 83-71. And as you see, I did end up getting my league promotion after this week. I went 2-1, I got 1876 trophies, so I just squeaked enough points in to be able to make it to the next league. So next week I need to make sure I at least go 2-1. I think a 1-2 will still keep me in the Masters 1 due to the demotion points, but I'm still going to make sure to stay in that league. My opponent Serpos, as you see, did a really good efficient job as far as beating my defenses. Those 12 points I think mainly came down to the Superior 6 counter that I did. I lost a lot of points on that one, and also that Spider Society with Black Knight. I lost a lot of points on that one as well. So overall, I still think I did okay, but my opponent did amazing. Hopefully we'll be able to get that rematch. I definitely want to try to beat you again in the future sometime. But if you all did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for that 1,000 subs. I need a little bit more than 100 subs, so hopefully we can get there. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.